Are you loving your homeschool days, or are you just fighting your way through? I know there was a time when I wasn't loving my homeschool days. I was constantly burnt out, stressed out, overwhelmed, and I was just unhappy, and I could not figure out why. And then honestly, I felt guilty for feeling unhappy because there wasn't really anything wrong. I was just constantly burnt out and just not feeling fulfilled. And I kept asking myself, what's wrong with me? Like, why do I feel this way? And it wasn't until I stopped asking myself these wrong questions and started asking myself the right question that things started to change for me. So the question I asked myself was, how do I create a homeschool life that I love? And today I'm going to share with you how I figured that out. First, if you're new here, hello, my name is Cherie Lynette and welcome to my channel. If you're not new, welcome back. So here's some things I did to create a homeschool life that I love. First, I revamped my morning routine. In the beginning, I felt like our school days needed to start at 8 a.m. And you know what? Me and my kids like to sleep in. I love it. They love it. So why in the world am I making us get up early for no reason when we don't have to? So now the kids get to sleep in until they usually sleep in until about 10:30, and I usually wake up about 8:30, and I have my mornings to myself. I get to drink coffee, I can journal, I can work, I can do whatever. It is my time, it's quiet time, and I absolutely love it. So the biggest changes I saw with this was, for one, when it was time to start school, the kids were in better moods because, for one, they got to sleep. I didn't wake them up. During this time, I have more patience. I'm more calm. I'm more relaxed because, again, I poured into my own cup instead of feeling like I had to be like, okay, we got to start at this time. We got it. Like, I didn't have to rush or be pressed for what? I'm on nobody's schedule but ours. I don't have to rush. I don't have to press. And it let me just sit back and just like relax into homeschooling. And it is one of the biggest changes I recommend to moms. If you aren't loving your homeschool morning routine, then change it, because you don't have to stress yourself out trying to keep up with other homeschool moms or what the schools are doing. It is your homeschool routine. Make it for you. Now, I've never been a big fan of working out, which I feel like is taboo to say because my husband is a fitness coach and has owned our gyms, but I just have never really loved it. Until I found Pilates. I really did start enjoying Pilates, and then I had to stop doing that after my surgery. But as I'm getting back into working out consistently, whether that even just be going for a walk or actually doing weight training, whatever it may be, when I am active consistently, I feel so much better. And my husband would tell me this all the time, like, if you were just a little less sedentary, if you'd work out a little bit more, it'd give you a little more energy. And I would just roll my eyes because I'm like, it takes my energy. This doesn't make sense. Like, it's making me tired. I don't have the energy to work out. I need to use my energy to do these other things. And in the beginning, it does. It makes you tired. Like, you have to get acclimated to it. But after I started doing it consistently, I noticed that my mood was better. I noticed that I was just happier. I noticed that little things didn't stress me out as much. So, not coming from a person who loves fitness and loves just being active, it does help. It helps me immensely. So if any way that you can find to be active for even 30 minutes out of your day, if you are feeling in a funk, you're not going to want to, you need to do it anyway, because it makes a huge difference. It really does. Getting dressed was a game changer for me, because being at home all day, sometimes you might not even leave the house, or if you do, it's like to run to the store real quick or maybe go for a walk. It's like, what's the point? And it's easy to get to that point of like, well, what's the point of getting dressed, or what's the point? And that is a slippery slope. I'm the point. I'm the point. I don't need any other reason. I'm the point, because I get up and I get dressed and it immediately changes my mood. So whatever that looks like for you, I love a full beat. I like getting up and putting on my makeup. It's not time consuming for me. I love some heatless curls. Whatever I have to do, I like easy, but I like to look cute. It's important for me to not only like keep up how I look for myself, but for my husband as well. Getting dressed, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. This is a very comfortable two-piece, like it feels like pajamas, but I feel put together. I throw some earrings on, I put on some makeup, I do my hair, and it feels different than me walking around in my robe and my bonnet and pajamas all day. Different energy, and you just move around different. Now in the spring and the summer, you can't tell me nothing, because my uniform is a sundress. They're comfortable, they're flowy, cute. I can put some sneakers on, I could put some sandals on with them. So anything that just makes me feel like I'm enjoying this life. These are my days, and I don't ever want my days to feel like, what's the point? And so getting up, brush teeth, wash your face. If you're not a full beat kind of girl, like that's not your thing, cool. Do you, but brush your hair. Like, make your hair look neat, like make yourself look decent, where if you pass by a mirror, you're not gonna scare yourself. It's just like, okay, I'm cute. And you just want to like embrace that. Thought ever pops into your head, like, for what? For what? For you. I want you to hear my voice. For you, girl. It's for you. There is no for what. Put on the cute outfit and go ahead and get your day started. Creating a homeschool space that you want to be in is huge. And I know a homeschool space doesn't mean that you have to have a designated homeschool room like I do. Y'all know I love my room, but I don't care if you're homeschooling at the kitchen table or on the couch, wherever it is. You want to make that a space that you want to be in. Even though I have a classroom, there was a point where I didn't like being in our classroom because I made it feel like a classroom. But I was like, why don't I ever want to be in here? Like, I'd rather sit at the kitchen table. And it's because I didn't create an environment that I looked forward to going to. So when I redid our classroom and I updated it, I made it more of a place that I wanted for us to hang out. I put a couch in there, so it's like we have our living room area, and now we have our sitting area. So when we work, it feels like we're sitting at the kitchen table. So I still have our designated area to do our schoolwork, but I look forward to being in there. I look forward to that time. Soft pillows or blankets, or if you want to light candles, like make it a vibe. Make it a place that you're like, okay, this is our time to come in here, and I want it to feel special. And finally, I would say treat yourself, girl. And this doesn't have to be monetary. It's whatever makes you happy. For me, it's like, spoil yourself. Like, I have my husband, he spoils me, that's great, but I want to spoil myself too. So that is romanticizing things. I love tulips. They're my favorite flower. Anytime I can have tulips in this house. If my husband hasn't brought them for me, I'm gonna buy them for myself. Little things like that. Like, don't forget, because I did fall into a pattern of, I can afford tulips, but I started like convincing myself like not to spend $5 on tulips, because it's like, oh, well, they're just gonna die in a week. But you know what? That week they made me really happy. I love tulips. Or if baths make you happy, make sure you're taking time at least once a week to sit here and say, I'm gonna run a bath for myself, and I'm going to make it an experience. I'm going to get my favorite chocolates, or I'm gonna whatever. Make time for yourself in little moments. It doesn't have to be grand gestures, because as soon as you turn it into a grand thing, you're going to come up with a million reasons not to do it. But if it's spraying your bed with your favorite perfume, so when you get into bed at night, you have that scent, or whatever, these special little moments, like what you would want somebody to do for you if they were to spoil you, do it for yourself. And then if your husband or whoever, your spouse, is doing it for you too, great, you're getting double. But I learned that, for one, I had a hard time like doing for myself, because I felt like it was bad. I felt like the kids have to come first. My husband has to come first. I'm supposed to come last, because that's what a good wife does. And no, like I'll take care of them, but it's okay to take care of me. It's so important for my son to see that this is normal for a woman to do. And it's so important for my daughter to see that sacrificing herself does not equal the best wife and mother, because it doesn't. Sacrificing yourself actually makes you a worse wife and mother. Do end up overwhelmed, stressed out, and unhappy, and you don't even know why, because technically nothing is wrong. but you're just not pouring into your own cup. So once I started implementing some of these things and asking myself these questions of like, what does it take for me to enjoy this life? Things started getting better just because of these little tweaks, but also because it just opened up my mind that it's okay for me to make myself a main character in this story. I don't have to wait till my kids are grown to be a main character in this story. I'm not a co-star, okay? I'm a star. And in this story, I'm going to shine, and I'm going to make sure that my cup gets filled, and I'm going to make sure that I'm happy and I'm fulfilled. And you know what I learned? That it made me an even better wife, and it made me an even better mom because I'm happy. I'm happy and I'm pursuing things I love. It's not always easy to balance it all. That's okay. We gonna figure it out. But the second I stop pouring into my cup, and the second I start making myself just a co-star, and I don't want to be that main character, or I feel like that's wrong, is the second when that unhappiness settles in again and I end up feeling like something's wrong with me. So I hope in this video that you took some nuggets from this. I hope that you understand that you are the main character, that yes, you are a homeschool mom. Yes, you're a wife. Yes, you're a daughter. I said, we're all kinds of things, but we are women, and we deserve to shine in our own stories, and we deserve to be poured into. And if you can look at your life right now and you're feeling stuck and you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling unhappy, I want you to look around and say, how am I putting myself into this? How am I taking care of myself? How am I like spoiling myself? And start making these little tweaks, and you will see a difference in your joy and your happiness. Go out there and get into your main character energy and go find your happiness. And I will see you guys again next week. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out, and I will see you next time.
If